Again, this is the Dollar Tree candy cane. Whoops. I'm trying to make my picture bigger here and it just messed me up. Here we go. Dollar Tree, it's a candy cane form, but we're going to do a reindeer. We're going to do Rudolph. I'm out of it today. I'm just really sort of not feeling well. So I'm a little scattered. I apologize. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody to cut down on the background noise. If you have any questions at all, just let me know. Now, I realized I put in the supply list that if you buy the rolls of burlap, that generally Hobby Lobby or Joanne sells them in 15-foot rolls. And I just realized I only had 2 rolls. That should be enough, though. I think I told you to make sure that you get the 30. But the 15-foot roll should be enough, or I'm in trouble. Because I thought I had 3 rolls of these. So we'll just see how it goes. You can actually also use Dollar Tree mesh for this. You can use the, because these are 5.5 inches. These are 5.5 inches wide. And Dollar Tree mesh is 6 inches. So I'm trying to pull my chair over here. You can use Dollar Tree mesh to do the pull through on these candy canes too. Like I said, these are small. So trying to do a poof on one of these isn't really going to work because you're going to end up losing your candy cane shape. So this form is really good for the pull through, or you've seen people that wrap them in ribbon and put a bow on it. It's great for that too. Well, my table is really looking worse for wear here. But yeah, that's it. I think one of these is from Joann's and one of these is from Hobby Lobby. So I've had these since last year. So we're going to see how it goes. Like I said, 2 should be enough. If not, I also had this really pretty jute mesh, the snowball mesh I was going to use. Hold on, let me show you. Get these out of here. I was considering using these because I've had these for a while. I don't even know where I got these, but this is snowball mesh, and I'm pretty sure it's 5.5 inches. So this would work too. Yeah, 5.5 inches. So I must have gotten it from Hobby Lobby. I don't remember when I got it, but I grabbed them because I thought it was pretty. So this, I may have to end up using this if I don't have enough burlap, because I know I have 2 30-foot rolls of this. So that would work too. All right. If you've never done a pull through before, it's probably hi Linda, it's probably the easiest method you'll ever do in your life, especially if you're a beginner. Because especially with burlap, there's no cutting at all. Burlap is going to fray like crazy if you try to cut it. I did do a flower earlier this year, a white flower using, I got my little ears here, I want to show you, using the burlap by the yard from Hobby Lobby. And that has sort of a tighter weave. Like you can see in the rolls, you can see how the weave is a little bit looser. If you buy the burlap by the yard, the weave is a little bit tighter, but it's still going to fray. So when I did my flower, and I had to cut my burlap into 10 by 10 inch pieces to make my petals, I actually rolled Mod Podge over the edges, the cut edges, and it helped it from fraying. So you can do that too, but we're not going to cut this burlap. So, but I wanted to show you guys the ears that I made. I don't know if you saw the video. I didn't really want to use this burlap to make my ears because I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough burlap. So I went ahead and, if you saw the video, I had some brown shelf liner. So I just went ahead and I used shelf liner. Hold on, I'm trying to find my clippers here to clip off my zip ties. I made a couple. I made one and then I videoed making the other one. So I think it came out really cute for his little ear. So this is brown shelf liner here that you can get. The brown is probably the easiest kind to find, or the tan. Dollar Tree has it. They also have it in this color, which is a cream color. I actually used the burlap that I had left over for the center, and it did start to fray a little bit. But if you want to know how to make the ear, just go ahead and watch the video that I posted earlier today, because I didn't think we'd have time to do it in class. I made one with a smaller center, and I made one with a bigger center. So I'm not quite sure which one I want to use yet. So I made two different ones, but I thought that came out. I mean, it's almost the same color too, so I think that worked out pretty well. So let's get started here. Unless anybody has any questions. Who else has joined us here? Hi, Mimi. Hi, Mary. Mimi, I was just telling everybody that I only have two 15-foot rolls of burlap too, so I'm hoping I'm going to have enough. I thought I had 3. If not, I have something else that I can use. So, but basically, all you're going to do is you're going to pull your burlap around each of these 2 wires. Okay, you've got 2 wires going through your candy cane. You got one here and you got one here. You're going to go up one wire and you're going to go down the other wire. So you're going to be pulling it through twice. Have you ever done the pull through before? So just kind of lay your candy cane on top of your burlap like that. Sometimes I zip tie the end of it, but I'm not going to bother. You kind of after if you want to. So just start pulling it through around this first wire, okay? Make sure that it's even on both sides, okay? You're just pulling it right around the wire. That's all you do. And then as you're pulling it, you're just going to scrunch it. You can take one hand to do the scrunching and one hand to do the pulling. Just like that. And you don't even have to, like I said, you don't even have to zip tie the end. It kind of just, as you're scrunching it and pulling it over, it'll just stay. Does that make sense, Tanya? I hope I'm saying your name right. I want to say Tanya, and I know that's wrong. This is really easy if, like I said, you've never made a wreath before, because you don't have to worry about cutting anything. You're just pulling it through around this wire. Make sure you try to keep it underneath. If you want to let your burlap roll fall to the floor, you can do that. You're just pulling it right up around that wire. That's it. And as you get to that crossbar, because you can see there's crossbars here, you're just going to have to kind of jump across. You don't have to really make it super tight. Kind of just like eyeball it and see. Again, if you want to pull through with one hand and ruffle with the other hand. I'm just trying to see how much I want in this section here. I can't believe I only had 2 rolls of burlap. I thought for sure I had 3. And I remember I had a really large roll of burlap. I'm trying to remember what I did with that, because I bought it at Walmart. It was a really, really big roll, because I was going to make my daughter a wreath with it, the one that moved to Colorado, and I just can't find it now. So just be careful as you're going along that you don't want them to sort of like start folding over on each other. You have to kind of stop and mess with it a little bit. Make sure that you have, like I said, because you're pulling it around, like pretend my finger is the wire. Okay, you're pulling it up around like that. Okay, you want to make sure it's even. You have even amounts on both sides. Else it's going to look weird. You can do this with a candy cane form. You can do it with the heart forms. They have the Valentine's Day. You can do it with a regular wreath form. Very, very easy. But again, just make sure you go in and make sure your ruffles are the same length on each side. Now, I think that's enough for one section. Now, if you're looking at it and you're thinking, hey, I can see that wire. I don't like that. When we come back around the other side, it's going to squish that together, so you're not going to see that. So don't worry about that. Now, I'm going to kind of, here's my crossbar here. I'm going to kind of just jump over And start doing it again on the other side. I hope that makes sense. I know a lot of you may have done this method before, some of you haven't. But as long as your pieces are even on the both on either side, it's fine. And just squish it over with your hand, if you can see me doing that. You're just squishing it over. That's it. Very, very easy. Now, again, I'm not making it too super tight because once we come around the other side, that's gonna help. But they kind of want to lay like that for now. But again, that'll be fixed when we come around the other side. And you can use burlap, you can use mesh. Don't use 10-inch mesh though. It's going to be way too wide. I mean, I guess you could. I've done a 10-inch mesh pull through on a regular wreath frame, but again, this is only an 18-inch candy cane form. If you've got too much mesh or too much burlap, lengthwise, you're going to lose your shape. You're not going to be able to see that it's a candy cane, or in this case, a reindeer. I'm just going through and making sure that none of my ruffles are like folded over each other. That's it. That's it, ladies. Very easy. I think this is the first time I ever saw a pull-through ruffle. It was with burlap. So I think definitely, Mimi, you're going to have enough if you have 215 foot rolls. I think I may have overcompensated when I said to get 230 foot rolls. That's probably going to be a little bit too much. But again, it's better to have too much of something than not enough. Nothing is more frustrating than when you get around your wreath form or whatever form you're working with and you run short. Trust me, I've been there. I think we've all been there. You can use burlap if you want for the ear too, but what I would recommend if you do use burlap for the ear is I would take the edges and I would fold them over and try to glue them so you don't have that cut edge showing because it will fray. Like with the shelf liner ear that I made, you know, it's not going to fray because shelf liner doesn't fray. You know, I kind of glued it. But if you had burlap, like this burlap center was sort of starting to fray a little bit, so I had to glue that so it wouldn't do that. You could probably even do this with shelf liner, but you'd have to cut it down to 5.5 inches. I used to make a lot of shelf liner wreaths. So now I think I have too much in this section and not enough in this one. So I don't want to go, you got to kind of stop and pay attention to what you're doing here. I'll pull a little bit more of this one over into this section. And I don't count, you know, I don't count how many times did I pull it through, how many ruffles did I make. I just sort of like eyeball it and look and see if it looks the way I want it to look.
You know, Christine,
somebody have a question? What's that?
you know, you're doing classes for next year. You should do a shelf liner class.
I know I should. I've done those before. The thing it is with the shelf liner, you can do a shelf liner wreath in a couple of different ways. You can do the pull through like this, which again, I just said you can do this with shelf liner. And, or you can do the cut squares where you cut 6-inch squares and you zip tie those to the form. And I actually prefer that method, but it just takes longer. It takes a lot longer. We did one last year. We did a Christmas one, and Mary, I think I posted that on the group page last week. because it was a class from last year, so I thought I would give you guys a freebie. And I posted that so you guys could see. But I think I even had to stop the video, and I told everybody, I said, all right, I'm going to stop the video for a little while because this is going to take us a little while to do this. And everybody just kind of sat there and worked, and I wasn't recording it. But I used to make a ton of shelf liner wreaths when I first started. We can do another class, certainly. Maybe we'll do one for Easter. The thing of it is that a lot of people have a hard time finding the different colors. I lucked out and I found some at my local Rite Aid. However, you can dye shelf liner, but you have to buy the RIT dye. The regular fabric dye will not work. Hi, Jackie Sanders. You have to buy the, it's a RIT dye. It's called Dymore, D-Y-E-M-O-R-E, and it's for synthetics because the fabric dye will not work on the shelf liner because I've tried it. I didn't experiment, but the synthetic one, the one for synthetics will. So if you have a hard time finding the colors that you want, just get some of that and just follow the instructions and it works. You can get any color that you want. I can't tell you how many posts I would see in my group. I can't find the colored shelf liner. What do I do? What do I do? Just dye it. You can paint it too with craft paint, but I don't know. I didn't, one of our members did it. I think Cheryl, is she here? Cheryl Quinn did one. She painted it. She did a purple one. But I just kind of feel like it stiffens it just a little bit. Also, do not use spray paint. Never, never, never use spray paint because it makes it really sticky. You get like a really sticky and tacky feel to it, and it's just not nice. Spray paint is not good. I hope we're going to have enough here because I'm coming around the other side and I'm almost out. I don't really want to have to pull this out and use my other match. I actually had some red burlap too, but I don't think that would look good on a reindeer. Candy cane, if I was going to make a candy cane, red would look nice. And I was just at Hobby Lobby last night too. My kids and I went out to eat, and I could have grabbed another roll of burlap, but oh well, I think I'll be okay. Because again, we're going around twice. There's 2 wires to pull around here. But I'm going to skip this section now and go to the next one. I hope you guys can understand this. It's really super, super easy. Just these 2 wires here. I'm just pulling the burlap up around it, and I'm ruffling it. Does that make sense, Mimi? I don't know if you're doing it too, or you're just watching.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And
What, honey?
I'm doing it. You have to pull it from the bottom up as much as you can, right?
You pull it from the bottom up, right around this wire. Like pretend my fingers are the burlap. You're going right around the wires.
Right, but
There's
you
2
pull it
wires
up.
there. Yep.
It can't be loose on the bottom. Okay.
Well, try to get it as tight as you can. Like you're going to find that it's a little bit loose when you're going over that crossbar, but it should be relatively flat on the other side. You see how you can't see that first wire anymore, but you can see the second one because I covered it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. Yay. And like I said, so here I am, I'm almost done with my 1 roll here. Just try not to put too much in one section. If you only have 2 15-foot rolls or 1 30-foot roll, just try not to put too much in one section and then you'll have enough. I think, can we pull this out? I think I'm going to have enough here. I think if you had 3, you would have had too much. You would have had some left over, but again, that's not necessarily a bad thing, having some left over. Because you're going to see once we come around the other side, it's going to push these ruffles up together. So here I am at the end of my one roll. I have a little space left here. I have to squish some in there. Don't panic if you don't have enough. You can always go grab another roll. You don't have to finish it in class. I do have to finish it in class, so I have to make this work. I swear I thought I had another roll. I swear I did. I feel like I could use a little bit more in this section here, but again, we're gonna work with this. Let me look on my desk again. Yes, ma'am.
I looked over for the candy cane that you're talking about, the metal. I've even went to the dollar store site, and it's not, you can't even buy it online.
Because they sell out fast. They got these in online like 2 months ago. Literally, you know, they sell out very, very fast. And I apologize for that, but I know you is this Tanya that just asked me that? Who just asked me that question?
Yes, Tanya.
Yeah. You just joined the group, so it's really not, you know, not your fault. But I did have this supply list posted for quite a while, and I told everyone you gotta order these early because they do sell out. So I apologize for that. You might be able to find it on eBay. I think Amazon had them, but they're expensive. They, you know, it's $1 and they're trying to charge $9 for it. So I just want to check I know I had another roll of burlap somewhere here. I don't know what I did with it. Did I use it? Hold on a second here. I'm just looking on I've got so much stuff stacked over here. I actually have this really pretty burlap that's got a pearl edge to it, but I don't think that would look good with my reindeer. I've had this for a while. I haven't used it yet. I got that from Walmart with the pearl edge on it. Let me just look in my my bin over here again and see. I think I'll be okay with these 2 rolls. I just want to make sure I don't have another one hiding in here somewhere. I don't think I do. I just have the 2. A bunch of junk in here. A bunch of stuff. And like I said, I'm angry because I was just at Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I don't think I have it anymore. We're just going to have to make this work. My mystery bin over here. Okay, let me get back over here. I'm trying to think what project I used that for. What did we do? What did we do this year that we used burlap for? I don't remember. We had a class. We must have had a class where we used a roll of burlap. Anybody remember? Because I don't remember. Because I bought it specifically to make my daughter a wreath. This really big roll. And I ended up using it for something else. So next year, Tanya, look early. You can even call your Dollar Tree and ask them when they're going to be getting them in. They just sell out quick because everybody wants them. I think Craft Outlet has the one-piece ones too. They're a little bit bigger though. I'm not going to put too much in this last section here because I want to make sure I have enough to go around. So we're just going to go ahead and turn it around. And this might be kind of hard for you to see. Now we're just going to take and go this other wire, we're going to go back down. So I kind of had to flip it around. Now you might find this is a little bit challenging because you're pulling it up around that row that you already pulled through. But just take your time and go slow. This piece wants to curl here. I'm just going to do the same thing, but you're going to go around the other wire and you're going to go all the way back down again. Like I said, this row is a little bit harder because you're pulling it up against the one that you already did, and sometimes that makes that first row want to pop out on you. So just be aware of that. So you're going to go a little bit slower on this row. Just making sure it's even on both sides. It's easier for me just to try to turn it here. Like I said, it's easier for me to use one hand to pull it up and the other hand to scrunch it. I'm just going to let this fall again so it's out of the way. I think I'm going to go this way instead. It's easier for me. And you can stop as you're going along and fix your ruffles. If like I said, if it starts to pull out, if you start to pull your row out that you already made, just stop and adjust it a little bit and fix it. I cannot believe it's December 1st already. Seems like summer just ended. Boy, that blister that I had on my finger from Thanksgiving is still healing. That was a really bad one. Like if I hit it a certain way, it still hurts. That's what you get for rushing. I always burn myself when I'm rushing. I'm just trying to tuck this little piece in here that's the end. It was the end of the roll and it's sort of like a little weird on the end, so I'm just trying to tuck it in a little bit. You're going to find though that, like I said, when you're coming around the second row, it's a little bit tighter. So you're going to see it start to really fill out. Yeah, I have to cut that little piece off. It's sort of like, that's just the very end of the roll. I've got some little loose pieces here that I kind of want to get rid of.
Okay, I've been trying to turn and I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Do you fold them double and go over? I mean, what do you do to get to the next line?
You just sort of, I don't even really remember what I did. I just turned my burlap and I just started pulling up around the other. If you have to flip it over, do you know what I mean? I don't really even remember what I did. I just sort of went from where I ended here and I just pulled it over.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yes, dear. You can make it as tight or as loose as you want. I mean, here we go. I'm jumping over to the next section here. If this is the first time doing the pull through, it can be, you know, it can be a little weird, but get used to it. I've done pull through ruffles with, but I think we have one scheduled in January, another pull through ruffle on a wreath form with 10-inch mesh. And those come out really nice. I think I'm going to be good. I think I'm definitely going to have enough here. So you're pulling up right next to the one you just did. Don't try to pull around the outside bar because that's not going to work. It's got to be the two inside bars. Just to clarify. Probably could have used a little bit more in this section here, but I wanted to make sure I was going to have enough. I think I would, you know, just to be on the safe side, if you haven't made this yet and you haven't gotten your supplies, I would get 3 15-foot rolls I think I would have liked to have made it a little bit tighter over here, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it work. Let me look at that. Just on that one little section there, I think I could have probably put a little bit more. But I think once I put his ear on and I put the bow, that's gonna be fine. Because now that I'm almost done, I think I could have had, I would have been able to put a little bit more in that one section. The inside isn't as long as the outside, the inside wire. It's shorter. But actually what I could do is if I come around again and I have some left, I could just push this up here and, you know what I mean? Like kind of move everything up on that first side. Maybe I'll do that, if that makes sense. If I have some left over, which I think I will. I'll just kind of move everything up. The pull-through method for Dollar Tree mesh is really nice because Dollar Tree mesh has a tendency to fray quite a bit. It's Dollar Tree mesh. It's not the best quality in the world. So, and this is a good method for that because you don't have to cut it. All mesh does fray. Some frays worse than others. Michael's is really bad. If you cut Michael's mesh, it can be a fraying disaster. Hobby Lobby, yeah, I would have to agree. It's about the same. If I have mesh that I need to cut, I usually get it from Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop. Cut this piece off here. Trying to see if anybody else has joined us that I haven't said hello to. Linda Artigue, I think I said hello to you. I don't remember. I apologize if I didn't. So I'm on my last section here.
I just came in not that long ago.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
How are you?
All right. Yeah.
You sound tired like me.
We had a busy day.
Yeah.
But, the burlap you used, where you got your burlap from?
Where did I get it?
Yeah.
I got this. I've had since last year, actually. I got one roll. I think it looks like, based on the label, one roll came from Joann's and one roll came from Hobby Lobby. But you can get them from Michael's too. I mean, from Walmart. Walmart has natural burlap as well.
But I had gotten mine from Walmart, and it's a big roll, and I used that one big roll. It made the whole way around.
It made the what?
It made the whole way around. I mean, you have enough for the whole candy cane.
30-foot. It was a 30-foot roll.
Yeah.
It probably was a 30-foot roll. The ones from Joann's and Hobby Lobby are 15.
Because I think this is like a 5.5 inch, maybe.
Yeah. This is 5.5 inch.
Yeah.
So I do have some left over, ladies. So because I think the inside is smaller. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to move everything up here. It's going to take us, a couple extra minutes here, but now I can go ahead and fix this section that I didn't feel had enough. And I'm going to pull a little bit more up into it. Just like that. And I'm just going to kind of move everything up. Instead of cutting that off and wasting it, that way, it'll be nice and full. Now the other candy cane that we're doing, oh goodness, I don't even remember when. We've got so much stuff on the schedule. I think it's maybe a week or so. It's with 4-inch deco mesh ribbon. And it's the same exact method, but since it's 4 inches, your ruffles are going to be a little bit smaller. And I'll show you what it looks like in just a second here. I don't know as they sell it in the craft stores. I got mine from Craft Outlet, but it's just deco mesh, but it's 4 inches. So we're going to be doing that to make a candy cane
wow.
too. We're going to be using that. What's that?
Where do you get the, I saw some the other day that they had, it was like a ruffled, I don't know if it's a ribbon.
Oh, the spiral?
Yeah, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a, it's kind of gathered, you know, the
I think
ribbon or
you're
something.
talking about the spiral ribbon. We're going to be doing a wreath with that too. That's from Michael's. I've never seen it.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know what? I've seen it at Big Lots too, believe it or not.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep. This is looking really strange right here. What
I
did
just saw a picture of it. That's why I was wondering. I said, oh, this is pretty. It's very pretty.
Oh, I know what I just did. I'm like talking away and I really messed this up. Sorry, hold on 1 second. That's why you have to kind of, that's okay. You have to kind of be careful when you're pulling through. I ended up pulling through.
You pulled the other one out.
Yeah, I did. Yep. And I'll show you what that spiral ribbon looks like in a second too, because I have a ton of it
Okay.
because it was on clearance at Michael's last year and I got a whole bunch of it.
And I just saw that they showed a picture of one, and I said, "Oh, that looks pretty."
It makes
I
a
don't know if it
really,
was-
really pretty wreath. And that's a pull through as well. You
Yeah,
can
it was like a
Yeah.
stripe it, kind of stripe it.
I have a
ribbon.
red, I have red and I have gold and I have a plaid. So,
It makes such a pretty effect.
yes. It's kind of curly. It curls.
Yeah. But yet it's like scrunched. I don't know.
Yes. Yep.
Like a ripple in it.
So ladies, I'm just trying to use the rest of my burlap here and I'm just pushing everything up here, making these other sections a little bit more full so I can get that rest of that burlap in there.
130 inch is enough.
Yay! 30 foot. Right?
Yes.
Did you say 30 inch or 30 foot? I love you, Mimi. You know that, right? She knows it.
Yep.
She calls me Teach. I love that. Remember when I had to call Michael's for you, Mimi, for that dang ribbon because you couldn't find it?
Yes.
I called and I said that I needed you to hold this ribbon for my mom. Didn't I say that or something like that? But you're not old enough to be my mom. Because the ladies weren't helpful to you. They were kind of rude, you said, weren't they? Or no? The ladies at your Michael's were kind of rude.
They're improving.
Yeah.
They're improving. They're improving.
Yeah, I don't play that game. Don't even try being rude to me. You're gonna go home crying. I don't like rude salespeople. And my kids get mad at me. They're like, Mom. I'm like, no, this is their job. I'm sorry for having a bad day, but I'm being nice to you, so I expect the same in return. Period. End of story. I'm going to get the rest of this burlap in here. You just wait and see. It's going in. Yay. I did it. So, since I haven't done a pull through with burlap in a while. But, you know, it is a good point to make, and I guess I kind of forgot that the inside of your candy cane form is going to be smaller than the outside. This is a little loose here. I'm trying to make this a little bit tighter on the end. Just kind of tuck it in a little bit. I don't really want to go around and let me hold it up.
Christina, this is Lori. I'm just joining. I didn't get to see how you put that on there.
Who's
Did you say it
that?
pull through?
Who's that?
Lori.
Hi, Lori. Yeah, it's a pull through, honey. I can't really show you again now because I got it all in here. But you can see when you get the video. Yes, it's a pull through.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. I kind of wish I had a little bit more on the end here, but I don't really want to go dragging everything over. Maybe I can a little bit. Let me see. Maybe I can borrow a little bit just because I want to make that end a little bit tighter. And like I said, you got to be careful because what's happening here? It's starting to like pull through too much. You want to make sure it's even on both sides. I think that's going to be okay. I'm not going to go crazy. Let me take a look-see here. I'm going to show you that spiral ribbon too. Somebody said that Michael's just had like 70% off or something crazy like that. So that probably would have been a good time to go and buy your spiral ribbon for that other wreath that we're going to do because it's kind of pricey.
It was 50% off.
Yeah. All right, I'm not going to let this bother me. The end is a little bit loose, but it's okay. I could have probably put a little bit more into this, pushed a little bit tighter at the end there, but that'll be fine. I think it looks pretty good.
It does.
Yep, I'm going to show you that spiral ribbon. And I did see this, like I said, yeah. Big lots too, but they didn't have like the plaid. I think I just saw the gold they had there. I have a whole bunch that I got on clearance last year. Oh, I'm not going to go over here. I need a bigger craft room, ladies. This is the spiral. This is the spiral ribbon.
Yes, that's
And
it.
this is the red, and you can kind of see like when you undo it, it curls.
Yes, this
So it makes a really, really pretty.
How many feet are there in that?
Looking in this bag. Oh my goodness, look at this pretty ribbon I just found. When did I get this? Look how pretty that is.
Oh, wow.
Wow. How many feet? Let me see.
Yeah.
15 feet. So I don't think I posted the supply list yet. I gotta go do that. I would say for a Dollar Tree wreath form, you're probably gonna need
About 4.
4 rolls,
Mm-hmm.
I would think. Ladies, hold on one second. I just have to run to the ladies' room. I'll be right back. Sorry, ladies, that's what I get for drinking coffee before class. All right, now I'm gonna move my chair, because I don't need to sit anymore. So that part's done. That was super easy.
Can you?
What's that?
I just seen that ribbon at Hobby last.
Oh, they had it at Hobby Lobby too?
Yes,
I just
I didn't
went to
buy it
the
because I thought I didn't know what I would use it for, so I didn't pick any up. But
Oh, yeah, grab some, because if you look at the schedule, we're going to be making a wreath out of that and make some really, really pretty wreath. And it's actually the same method. It's the same method that we're doing here. It's just a pull through. Now this is going to bug me because this is not tight enough over here. It's going to have to do, because I'm not undoing it again. Now you ladies have to help me decide which ear you like better. Do you like the one that, it's so bright in here. Do you like the one that's got the bigger white in the center, or the smaller white? I kind of like this one. I think this one came out better than this one. Yeah, this one looks more like an ear. Tanya's like, yes, yes.
Smaller.
You're shaking her head. Okay, so what I think I want to do first, though, is, and I think, you know what's going to help, because, hold on a second here. I just want to look at, because you guys, we're making this together for the first time. That was my friend that I posted the photo of. That was her Rudolph. But I knew I could do it because it's just the pull through with the burlap. So, but I want to look at the picture real quick here, because I want to see, because she's got some red ribbon wrapped around the nose. Hold on a second here. And I want to just see one thing. I'm looking at my phone here. She made a Clarice too. I don't know if you saw that from, you know who Clarice is, right? His girlfriend, Rudolph's girlfriend there. And that one was super cute. I just want to see one thing. Come on. Boy, Sprint has got terrible service. Let me tell you something. I miss AT&T. Okay, so we're going to wrap. This is going to help. This is a good thing, because we're going to wrap red ribbon around this part. So that's going to sort of help to hold my ruffles together too.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got and you're going to want to use unwired ribbon for this. I've had this. What is this width that I have here? This is, I think I got it from the Dollar Tree. This is 5/8 inch. If you have an inch wide, I wouldn't do 1.5 inches. I don't think that's 1.5. I think it's a little, I guess you could use wired ribbon, but you don't want it to be too wide. So I have some with little snowflakes on it, and I have some, it just, you can't even really see the pattern. It's more like a solid red. I think I'm going to use that. So that's going to actually help to hold my little ruffles together on the end, because I don't feel like I made that tight enough there. Does this have plastic on it or no? I can't tell. Yep. And like I said, this came from the Dollar Tree. This is unwired ribbon. But if all you have is wired ribbon, you know, that's fine too. All you're going to do is just wrap it around the end. And I'm going to need to plug my glue gun in. Let me do that first. So while we're waiting for that,
I use my wired ribbon, but I fold it in half, like a
yeah,
two.
that's a good idea. If you have like 1.5 inch ribbon, just fold it. You already made this, Linda?
Yes, ma'am.
You did. How come I didn't get a picture?
I thought I did. I made one for my grandkids, well, daughters, and I put a big bow on it. And my grandson, I just put a bow tie.
Oh, how cute.
So he loved it.
I zip tied this ear together. So we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to glue it right into the burlap. I'm going to use some hot glue and I'm going to glue it right into the burlap. And you can't even tell that that's shelf liner. I mean, you can tell that it's shelf liner, but it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It blends
I didn't
in.
even put ears.
You didn't? I
No.
honestly didn't know if I'd be able to make that. And I said to myself, I sat down and I said, I'm going to have to try to make an ear. So, but I want to show you guys how cute this is. This is an ornament. This is an ornament from Walmart. And I'm going to make his little bow And I'm gonna kind of hang that on his bow there. Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's cute. I saw that.
Isn't
Yeah.
that cute? So
I had the
have that.
I got the antlers from Dollar General. It's
Yeah,
a
I think
headband,
Walmart had the antlers too. Yep.
but it was the headband, and I cut it all. Cut the headband off, and I made I put the antlers up on there.
So I'm just gonna I need to try to glue this together. I don't really know how long I cut this. So there's that end piece again. That's gonna bug me. Hold on a second here. Because we're gonna put his nose under the ribbon. I'm gonna have to glue it on the other side. So let's do this. Let's move his ear for a minute here. So it should be flat. It should be like flat on the other side, and all you should be able to see are these two outer wires because you covered the other ones. Actually, I probably don't even have to glue it. I could probably just tie this. I could probably take one end and tie it to this bar and the other end and tie it to the other bar, or I could even just tie it together. I don't even have to glue it. And if I don't have to use hot glue, that's a good day for me. So I usually burn myself.
I tied mine.
Yeah, I'm going to tie this. Yeah.
Then you'll hold your burlap in the front together.
Oh, that's way too tight. I think I probably could have used whiter ribbon too, but you know what? That's all right. I think it's raining. It started to rain. I'm tucking my burlap under a little bit here on the end because I don't want it to flare out under his ribbon. I want it to be, let me look at that here. I don't think I have any wider red ribbon. What did you use, Linda? 1.5?
I used a 2-inch, and I put the wired part to the middle. Folded them both to the middle.
I think this will
and
be
then fold it again.
This will
And
work.
it made it about that size.
This will work. Boy, it's pouring out. Oh, the snow's gonna melt.
We had rain last night, and it's clear today.
All right, let me get his nose. I'm just going to use, oh, my laptop just slipped over here. Rudolph should have a shiny nose, right? Because I have a shiny ornament and I have one that's more of like a muted red. Which one, ladies?
The shiny one.
Yeah? Tanya.
Yeah.
I could see her like pointing.
I used a red bell.
Oh, that's cute. So why the heck isn't my glue gun going on? This is not, hold on, people. Now we're gonna have to wait for the nose because my glue gun wasn't heating up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my antlers on. Now the best way to put these on, I believe, is just going to be to zip tie the ends to my frame, because I don't really see how I'm going to be able to glue. Let me snip off a little bit of this. And these came from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby, I was disappointed to see, is already running out of stuff. So one of them is going to go straight up like that. So let me go ahead, and I'm just going to zip tie it right to, I kind of tucked the end under here, and I'm going to zip tie it right to the wire. I think I'm going to zip tie it twice. I'm going to zip tie it to the top wire, and I'm going to zip tie it to the bottom wire. If you can see how I just did that, I just zip tied it. That's all I did. So the first one's going to be just going straight up. If anyone had ever told me that I'd be using zip ties to make a wreath, I'd said they were crazy. When I used to make wreaths years ago when my kids were little. So you guys, I have a new job. I'm starting on Monday. I do work from home. I'm in sales, and I'm starting a new job on Monday, and it's, believe it or not, selling stuffed animals and plush animals to retailers and hospitals and gift shops and stuff. Doesn't that sound like a fun job? How could anybody not be happy hearing from someone that's trying to sell them stuffed toys? All right, so there's the first one. It's going to go straight up. I feel like this needs to be a little bit looser, but that's all right. Okay. And now the other one, am I going to do 2 or I'm going to do 3? Let me see. I'll probably do 3. This other one's going to go down a little bit more in the middle. So it's going to be a little bit shorter, like that. I have to snip some more of that off. Come on. There we go. I don't know why he's got 3, but he's going to have a shorter one in the middle here. It's going to be partially covered by the back of the form, but that's all right. I'm going to zip tie it right to the bottom. Sometimes I get my pliers and if I'm doing zip ties, and I tighten it a little bit more with the pliers. I think the one will be enough. I don't like that one sticking out here. I'm cutting that one off. Now, the other one's going to be kind of tilted a little bit. Off this way. Kind of like that. I just want to make sure that I have it positioned the way I want it before I really tighten this. I want it to be tipped back a little bit. You said you put these on yours, Linda, or no? You got antlers. You got something
I
different?
have antlers. Antlers I got from Dollar General. It was a headband.
I didn't see those at my Dollar General.
It was a headband, and I just clipped off the band.
Oh, the headband. Oh, okay, right, right. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I cut, and then I used some floral tape, the brown tape, and taped it all the way around the rough part.
Nice.
And
you gotta
glued
send
it
me a
in.
picture so I could see.
Okay, I will.
All right. So that looks kind of cute. I may have to adjust that a little bit. Let me see. I have to kind of look at it after. It's kind of hard for me sometimes to tell. I'm looking at my laptop. I'm looking down at my table. That'll work for now. I kind of have to. I think that looks okay. Maybe I shouldn't have put that one in the middle. Maybe he should just have two. What do you think? Do you think he should just have two, or should I have the three, like in the picture? Let me look at that.
Is 3 in the picture?
What's that?
There's 3 in the picture?
Yeah, there's a little short one in the middle.
Oh, I never
Yeah.
noticed.
I don't know if I like that one in the middle, though. I'm not sure.
Because I couldn't find the berries. That's why when I found the antlers, I was so excited.
Oh, good. Yeah, these came from Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure if I'm digging the one in the middle, like she's got in her picture. Let me see how it looks without it. Now, of course, the ties are impossible to get off. There we go. Once you get it on there, it doesn't want to come off. I'm just going to pull it off there. Now I have to try to secure this one to something or it's not going to tip. I'm going to have to go down this way. I might have to glue this or stick it into there like that. There we go. I just kind of stuck it into the burlap. I think I'm just going to do the two.
Look, Christina.
What's that?
Look at this. This is what I used.
Hold on, let me go to your picture here. Hey, Cheryl. Oh, those are cute, Linda.
Yeah, for $1.
So I think I just like the two. I think I'm just going to go with the two instead of that. There was one in the
Yeah.
middle. I don't know if I like that one in the middle.
Yeah, I think the 2 are better.
Not quite sure why she had 3 in the middle or 1 in the middle there, but just want to make sure this is tight enough. This one came a little bit loose here. There goes my laptop again. I'm moving my table around so much here. Everything's falling all over the place. Yeah, I need to do another zip tie here, or I may just go ahead and stick this into the burlap like I did the other piece. There, I think that'll work. Now it'll stay. There. Okay. I'll put his nose in, I'm gonna put his ear in, and we'll make a
Christina,
bow.
is there a nose in there? Is there an eye?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I had to wait for my glue gun to heat up.
What you used for his eye?
I'm going to use another blue ornament, just like this one.
Well, I couldn't find the blue ones. I used a button.
A button. Oh, I got my blue ones from Dollar General.
I'm going to
Didn't have
put in
any.
green eye.
Green eye.
Yeah, I bought green ornaments for a green eye.
That's
right.
cute. Yeah.
I needed to move his nose over a little bit. I didn't like it over there, so I'm moving it over here. And I think I'm going to do his ear first, and then I'll put his eye on.
My son had said the first one I did. He said it looked like a dog. With the what's the one with the goatee? Schnauzer.
Dog with a
Something.
goatee?
Yeah, you
There's a
know,
dog with a goatee.
I call it a
I've never
goatee.
seen that before.
They have like the long mouth or something.
Oh, I don't
And
know. Does anybody know, Cheryl? Do you know dogs, don't you, or no? I don't know what that is.
I had a wire terrier that was that way.
maybe
Oh,
and because when it's long at the mouth section, it has a longer mouth,
I can't think of what that is.
and it has like the fuzzy part under the mouth.
Oh, okay.
But that's what he said it was. He says it looks like a dog, Mama.
Oh, geez. So
I
I'm
said,
just
well,
gluing the ear in here as best as I can. Maybe I'll put a little bit under here just to help to hold it. I'm pretty pleased with how my ear came out.
looks good.
And when I showed my daughter, I'm like, what do you think of that? She's like, wow, you made that? I'm like, yeah. She goes, wow, Mom. Jeez. And then I showed her the other one too with the bigger white in the center, and she didn't like that one either. So there's what I have so far.
That's cute.
I don't know, I kind of feel like I wish this ribbon was bigger, but it's all right. Now I gotta put his eyeball. Let's see, where'd my blue ones go? And I know I took a picture for you, Cheryl, and they're on my desk still. There we are. Make sure where I want to put this here. Ouch. Got a big glob of hot glue over here. I really hate hot glue. I can't even tell you how much I hate it.
The eye looks more natural with the bulb than my button.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How does the eye look there? Does it look okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it to show. I don't want it to like be hidden. Kind of like putting it in the middle of the burlap here. Okay. There.
Oh, it's cute.
That is cute. Okay, we're almost done, believe it or not. I don't think I need my glue gun anymore. I think the green will look cute though too for the eye. I think somebody else said they got the green for the eye too.
Yeah, that's cute.
But I'm thinking now he's going to look like a green-eyed monster if I put green in.
I wish I had a whiter ribbon though. I feel like that needs to be bigger, but that's all right. Okay, now we're gonna make a bow. Always my favorite thing to do. I'm never quite sure how it's gonna come out, so let's give it a shot. My idea, because I wanna use this cute little ornament here, and it's already got gingham ribbon on it. So I could just hang that on there by itself, but I think I'm gonna make a red bow first. Where's my ribbon? And this is sort of like a sheer. I hope I have enough of this. I'm not sure if I have enough. Where's my pipe cleaners? I better get a pipe cleaner before I do this. I'm not gonna have anything to put my bow on with. I'm going to do these 10 inches. I'm going to measure out. Do I want to have a tail? I don't think I want to have a tail. Maybe a little bit of a tail. Let me think for a second here. I really don't need a tail because I want the bells to hang down. So I'm just going to go ahead and start making. I measured it out. I need to have a little bit, hold on. I'm going to do 10 inches. So I'm going to have 5-inch loops. Okay. And this is nice because I'm not going to have to twist it because it's not a two-sided ribbon. So that'll make it easier. And really making a hand-tied bow isn't that difficult. You know, I used to not be able to do it at first. And I'm still not that great at it. I was going to break out my Bodabra because I finally found my Bodabra that had been missing forever. I'm not going to do too many loops, just maybe like 4. So if you only want 4-inch loops, then you do 8 inches. If you want 5-inch loops, you do 10 inches, etc., etc. Maybe I'll do one smaller one in the middle. So I just kind of made a little tiny one in the middle. I'm going to go right through that center loop. You can see that. Cut this extra off. I probably could have even gone with 4-inch loops here. All right, come on. Don't want to squish everything by flipping it over. I probably could have done 4-inch loops. I could have made them a little bit smaller, but that's okay. This is on here, so it's going to stay. You know, they had the ready-made bows at Hobby Lobby, too. I almost grabbed a couple because they're so pretty. They make them so perfectly. I mean, they're obviously made by a machine. So there's his little bow. And what I wanted to do was then hang the bell underneath the bow. On top of it, I'm trying to think of how I wanted to do this. got the star. I could just lay it right on top like that. Lay the star right over the bow like that. Right? Yes, no, maybe. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna secure it. I'm gonna have to get a piece of floral wire or a ribbon or another pipe cleaner. Or I could just glue it. That's not fun though. I don't like to glue things because then it could come loose. I think I'm just gonna get another pipe cleaner, but hold on, let me think here. Let me think here. How am I gonna secure this?
You can't put them in the middle of your ribbon?
Well, it's a star. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I see now.
I don't
No,
want
I
to
see
cut the
what-
star off because I like it. I'm trying to put it over the loop.
Christina, why don't you take some floral wire or a pipe cleaner and go on the tip of the star on top of the bow and go down
Yeah.
straight through and then let it dangle from there.
That's what I was thinking of too, yeah. But I want the star to show, so I don't want to like put it under the bow.
Right. So yeah, it would
I'm
still
gonna use
show, but you
floral
could
wire.
you could hang it directly from that tip that's at the top of the
Yeah.
part of the bow.
That's a good idea. The floral wire won't show as much as the pipe cleaner either. All right, gotta switch my bow for a minute here.
And if you have to tack it down on the two corners at the bottom where the bow part is, you can tack that down too. And that'll secure
Right.
it in 3 places.
Right. I think I'll worry about that later though. That'll work.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, ladies?
You're cute.
Trying to see who else. Oh, hi, Susan Sullivan. I didn't see you jump in.
I think it looks cute.
Thank you, ladies. I may change my bow. I'm not sure if I'm really happy with that sheer bow, but I wanted red, and that's all I had was the sheer. So, all right, ladies, what time is it? It's 9:30. I think I'm going to wrap it up for the night. I don't know about this here. I might change this too. We'll see. But I think it came out cute.
It's cute.
All right, ladies. I'm going to sign off. Bye, Cheryl. Good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for the ornament wreath. I love those little bells. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.